Here's a story with AMC. So AMC stock has been sliding a bit after their CEO discussed plans to seek approval to potentially issue more stock, raise more money for the company. So essentially what happened is shares of AMC fell about 5, almost 10% the other day when the CEO spoke on CNBC, and he spoke about plans to seek shareholder approval to authorize an additional 500 million shares in like a secondary stock offering. So AMC has been struggling a lot during the pandemic, but they got a lot of positive press when we saw everything going on with Wall Street Bets and GameStop. They were one of the stocks that really benefited from this. They've raised money in other rounds with other stock offerings, other rounds of funding. And now the CEO explained how it's in their best interest to really raise more capital with how their stock price has been doing. Currently, their stock price is still up significantly from lows on January 5th, which were $1.91 per share. He explains how they don't want to dilute the shares so much, like dilution is something they care about, but they are asking to formally approve. They're asking for formal approval from their shareholders to authorize another 500 million shares if they wish to. They say this is important to have because it's like a sensible thing to do. The company, there's an uncharted territory. Things going on in the economy is very uncertain. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with movie theaters. Like, Disney Plus is starting to release movies on Disney Plus, their streaming service versus going in movie theaters. We don't know exactly what's going to happen for movie theaters, how they're going to what's going to happen once things open up. We don't know how they're going to perform. So he says the smart thing to really do is at least have the option to issue more shares or raise more money, because if they raise more money, they can pay off debt at discount or pay deferred theater rents. They can use the money to grow. It's just smart for them to have a lot of cash on their balance sheet with all of the uncertainty right now. So he says this doesn't mean they're going to be issuing 500 million shares right away, or if they're going to be doing all 500 million, but at least with the approval from shareholders, they'll at least have the option to do this if they see that they need the money. It gives them more flexibility. It gives them a little more financial stability with everything going on right now. And that's just something they think is positive, something they think should happen. Good news for movie theaters right now for AMC is that this past Wednesday, the last Wednesday in March, was their best Wednesday they've had over the last year and a half. They said this has been the best Wednesday they have had since the start of the pandemic, because we're starting to see the economy start opening back up more and more people are getting their vaccines. And they said this was the best day by far. North America ticket sales were 10 times what they had been for every other Wednesday in 2021 so far. So things are looking good, but still they said, even with that, it's just safer for them to have this money, have the option to raise more money if they need it. This could drive the stock price down in the short term, but they're saying long term, it's just, this is how the company is going to be able to survive and thrive moving forward. So it's something they need to do.